Hello guys, the One Piece Nation here today with a Dragon Ball discussion video discussing the news brought to us from the Dragon Ball Super Manga Chapter 7 today, and I am joined by...
Real to real, guys. Good to be here. Thank you for having me.
No problem. But I think we could start off with, I think we could also obviously talk about what the news was, mainly.
Yeah.
And it was mainly that we got information on the fighters that were there. You know, that Monster King Champa, and there's something else, I'll say that. But what did you think of them?
The fighters.
Yeah.
Oh, first of all, the only thing that we actually really have of them is their designs, and I have to say, I'm blown away by their designs. I am so happy to look and see what I'm seeing. These guys kind of look a little bit ruthless in a certain way, and I just can't wait to see how they fight. It's just a grab bag of a team, even more so than Universe 7. Universe 7 is kind of straightforward in my opinion, but these guys are freaking amazing.
Yeah, but something I noticed was that if you really look at some of the characters, like if you look at, it's almost all of them, they really look Toriyama. Like, they look like something Toriyama would draw. They don't look like something Totaru drew. Or something, I don't know, like Toei did. They look like Toriyama drew them, which I like.
Exactly, it's great. It's so nice to look at these guys and be like, yeah, they look fantastic. Almost like I want to play these guys in Xenoverse. And
yeah, I mean, the only other problem with it be like the one that looks like Ultimate Gohan. It looks like a weird combination of like Videl, Tarbolt, and Ultimate Gohan.
Dude, I love that guy. I don't it's hard to say if he's a Saiyan right now. I mean, just based off the last chapter, I would say he is. I think a lot of people would. Yeah. But I think Ryan Style pointed out, the guy doesn't have a tail. Not that that's a...
But then again, I looked up some of the chapters.
Uh-huh.
And Ryan Style actually pointed out on Twitter that apparently these Saiyans don't have tails.
Really?
I mean, it's very easy to assume he is a Saiyan. Champa did say he was going to get Saiyan.
Yeah, exactly. And there's no one else on this team that could even remotely be a Saiyan.
Yeah, I mean, one of them, I'm not even sure what it is. Like, I guess that could be like a robot.
I think it's a robot. I'm actually in the process of making my own video on this, but I guess I'll share it here. Looking at these guys right now and just kind of filling out what Super's been thus far with the Battle of Gods arc and the Fakatsu no F arc, there's really not much, huge stakes that come with this series thus far. And I honestly don't think going into the Universe 6 tournament that there's going to be a whole lot of stakes going forward. So I'm looking at these characters right now, and I just happen to think, my prediction is these guys are just going to be straight-up callbacks to the original series, like Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. With this robot guy, he looks like a direct callback from the early days of Dragon Ball. The Pilaf gang or the Red Ribbon Army or something like that, kind of going to the young Saiyan and the Frieza-looking guy. I think that, those guys would be a great callback to the Goku versus Piccolo Jr. in the latter stages of Dragon Ball. Yeah. And then the last two are just basically Cell and Boo and recalling that type of stuff. I think that's what we're really...
I actually think the guy in the very front, the guy when you see the closest to his face, I think, the purple one, I think he looks a little bit like Tagoma and Mira.
He does.
Fused together, you know what I mean?
Yeah, he does. That would be cool too. I think I would totally love to see that even more than my own prediction. I'm just saying in terms of what I've seen from the series thus far doesn't give me any real indication that this is going to be
serious, Cell trying to blow up the Earth kind of thing.
Yeah, this isn't someone just kind of seeing I want to be the most powerful, I want to kill everyone around me type of thing. This is going to be nothing more than just it. Dragon Ball Super at this point is a victory lap to everything Dragon Ball.
Kind of like, Goku, it would probably be more like Goku's tournament when he was a kid at the Tenkaichi Budokai.
Exactly. And
fun, serious, everybody obviously wants to win the fight in, very serious tone, but, it won't be the world is in danger level serious.
Yeah. And you know what? I think a lot of people might have a problem with that, but I can't wait to see it. I mean, these guys look awesome, they look strong, they look like they will be funny.
Yeah.
The concept is it will be very funny going forward. It's not going to be serious.
Especially if you could compare the designs of the characters. Compare with, like, these fighters to these guys. Like, they look so much more serious, like, fighters, you know what I mean, with their bodies and stuff. So they probably look at these guys and you're like, these guys look so weak. Like, Piccolo looks more intimidating than all of them combined.
Yeah, well, I guess, like, we should move on to this, new fighter. The mysterious fifth fighter has finally been announced, or revealed.
If you did you see his full body, the design?
Yeah. He's got them bat nipples going on.
Yeah, I mean, that was interesting.
You know,
I don't exactly know what Funimation will do with that when they're released in America.
they have to keep it. I mean, this series is just so...
I mean, they definitely can't do a TV release with that, though.
Exactly.
We'll have to find a way to censor that out and they do like a televised release, which is fine. It makes perfect sense.
Well, what do you think of him, though? I mean,
he has to have transformations. He has to.
You think?
Yeah, because if you think about the way some of these characters fight, like, look at Boo. Boo didn't really have any major fights in his Fat Boo form, you know what I mean? I can imagine it being very hard to animate or draw a fight between a character like with Goku's build and a character like a Boo that was really fat. It must have been very difficult.
Well, you know, this guy, I agree. Like, if this guy has extra forms and stuff, that would be totally Dragon Ball. I really kind of want him to. I'm not liking it. I mean, in terms of, like, what you said earlier, this guy is definitely Toriyama, and that's what makes him so funny to look at and so awesome to look at, but in terms of a fighter, I kind of wanted something a little bit more serious. Like, I think a lot of people did.
Oh, God. Okay, well, I just would give this some information, literally, while we were recording this.
Yeah.
So I would like to switch over to and just say, it's not the fan on Chapter 10, it's not Broly's son. I don't know where the hell this rumor started. This thing rumor the whole time knew crazy, but yeah, somebody thinks it's Broly's kid.
Can we stop? I mean, I'm absolutely serious. Can we just stop with all these rumors about Broly, Bardock,
yes,
and something? They don't exist in this universe. It makes no sense.
Well, Bardock and DNA technically do.
I mean, no, they don't. I mean, not to the point that we know them. I mean, would we even recognize them? We don't know.
No, but they could. I'm saying at least with Bardock and Gine, however you want to pronounce it, if they came back, it wouldn't be a situation where you're just, like, holding your brain like they're not canon. They weren't in the manga. That doesn't make sense.
Exactly.
Toriyama did draw a manga with Gine, and Bardock was in one panel of the manga, so it does make some sense.
I mean, okay, in terms of, I will say this, in terms of thinking that this is Broly's son or something, if you are dead set on believing that, then just go right ahead. I don't think as long as you realize that that's not true and that's your own headcanon, then that's absolutely fine to me.
Yeah, as long as you go around spreading it, like telling other people, oh, this guy Broly's son, and Broly's gonna come back as a Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Rainbow Kai guy.
Super Saiyan 2 God is like green, so you have Super Saiyan green, and that's what Broly was, and that's why they couldn't fight him, because he was so powerful. The thing is, yeah, if that's what you believe, then that's what you believe, but don't spout it as true, spout it as like, hey, this is kind of an alternative way to look at it, and if you want to look at it, that's fine, but it's not true.
That is very true, it isn't. But one thing I did really notice when I was looking at this was, if that really is a robot, what is it made of?
Vibranium.
Like, is even that enough? Like, what could possibly, is there any metal that you can think of that could anyway be even in made out to be strong enough to survive even a special beam cannon? I don't think so.
Well, okay, but we gotta think about it. I can't remember what was the one they broke the Z sword on.
I don't remember either.
But yeah, like that, that sword, that metal would do some damage. You couldn't just simply punch really hard into that metal.
Remember, that was Gohan prior to, getting his potential unlocked. That was a very weak Gohan. We're talking about Saiyan Beyond God, Goku, Vegeta.
I'm saying, even everything put into that, I mean, I'm pretty sure if that's what that guy's made out of, then he's fine.
So, also you need to consider there were characters like 15 who took a good amount of damage before they were destroyed.
Anyway, I think the one thing I do want to say before we get way too far into this, I want people to... Am I the only one? I think you and I talked about this. We are the only ones who are super excited to see Bulma back in action and actually going off and exploring by herself, even with John.
I would have liked it even more if Goku had been there. That would have made it perfect. Goku, I'm gonna get a little bit of hate. People are, not hate, but people are gonna make jokes about it. I would have loved, if they have a Super Dragon Ball arc, when they need to go and find the Super Dragon Balls, the team absolutely has to be Goku, Bulma, Yamcha, it has to.
No, you can put Krillin in there. I mean, Krillin's been kind of useful.
That would be the original team from the Hunter of the Dragon Ball arc in the first arc of the series to end it out.
I know. I know what you're saying, but at this point, those last three, besides Oolong, who got his rock paper scissors moment, they've just been Yamcha and Puar have just been so useless in everything Dragon Ball. I mean, honestly, in terms of the last, and I think this has been kind of confirmed by Toriyama. It could be wrong. Please don't please don't be mad at me. Yeah. But yeah, don't quote me. And they're going to have the tournament. It's the Universe 6 arc would be kind of cut into two. They're going to have the tournament, and then they're going to go looking for the last Super Dragon Ball. So it will be a hunt for the Dragon Balls. And I actually would love to see Goku, Vegeta, or even Goku, Vegeta, Bulma, Goten, and Trunks, and I think that's it. And Jocko. Jocko definitely needs to be there.
I honestly know. I went tight to be there too. I want that.
Oh, I would love to see Tyson.
I think I remember who it was. I think it was one of the bigger YouTubers. I think it was Geekdom. Geekdom that this Tyson appears to have become very advanced technologically, and imagine seeing Bulma have a technological rival.
Oh yeah,
how epic that would be! Imagine an entire an arc of them on a ship. And they're just seeing who can fix the ship quickest and stuff. That's awesome.
Exactly. And I want to bring up something that I saw that you posted on Twitter with a very rough translation of the Korean that we see here. With apparently Gohan is at a conference,
which is so stupid,
and that annoys Goku. But I just want to bring this up because this is my theory. Why is it that the Toyotarou manga itself, because we're not this far in Dragon Ball Super yet, but the Toyotarou manga is trying so desperately hard to keep Gohan away from the action. Not even can't even show him. And I've been saying this for months, ever since early October, super early, at the beginning of October, even before that, the September, Gohan should die in Super.
Yeah.
That would take everything away. That would explain exactly why they can't bring him back, because the Dragon Balls have already been used to revive Frieza. Obviously this tournament's going to happen right after the Frieza.
And they'd be too busy to revive him.
Well, they would have to be waiting, so it would make sense. I mean, it just seems to me that the Toyotarou manga cannot do that. It skipped the Fukkatsu no F arc. Because it already did it.
I don't really consider it skipping because he already wrote it.
Well, that's my point. He skipped it because he already wrote it for the movie, but he can't necessarily change the things that happen. He can't necessarily go back if he's going to skip it and say, oh yeah, well, we already wrote it, but yeah, Tagoma was there and Ginyu was there and everything. It is what it is. It is what it is in the movie, and Gohan didn't die in the movie, so that's what it is in the manga. But in the anime, if they're going to do this and they're going to leave Gohan out, when they bring Pan, they bring freaking Pan. They bring Hercule. They bring Pan. They bring Pan, Hercule,
the gang is there. How did they even get there?
Yeah, I mean, like, who's...
Actually, how? And I don't think Goku and all of them were like, hey, come along, Pilaf gang. They think about it, the Trunks and Mai thing didn't happen in the Super manga or anime.
It's like
So
someone
they had
told...
no reason to bring them.
Okay, it's like everyone else is there besides Gohan. What is it? What is it that like Toriyama's just like, oh yeah, by the way, Gohan's gonna die before they kill Frieza. He's gonna die off completely, so he can't be in the manga because that would kind of ruin the continuity of the thing. So then I have to like kind of write around that. And it definitely seems to me, in terms of writing, that they're writing around something that happened to Gohan just to kind of keep him out of the action, because this is kind of starting to piss me off. Like, he is not someone who would just sit around and fight. Like, wait, go to a conference and let his wife and his newborn daughter just sit around and go to an otherworld tournament where serious, dangerous people are going to be fighting. This is so stupid.
Yeah, I agree. I think the major problem also is that, especially in Super, at least in the anime, he is blabbing and I need to protect my family.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, how the hell are you going to protect your family if you're not even there?
Yeah. I mean, it's like, it would make sense if Videl wasn't there, but Videl is here. Videl is there, and it's like, what is going on? What is going on with Gohan? And
and also, doesn't Gohan seem the kind of character that would be like, you know what, I'm not going to fight, but my dad, I like my dad. I want to be there and see my dad fight because that's the right thing to do. We're family. It's not even about Gohan fighting. It's about Gohan as a character. I don't think it's being like, no, screw watching my dad fight. I'm gonna go to this conference. He doesn't need to be there. He doesn't need to be a scholar to make a living, for the love of God.
I
He could go to a tournament and one-shot everybody there and make millions in a year.
I mean, for goodness sake, Chaozu is there. Tien's there. Yamcha's probably there. I don't see him right now, but he's probably there.
I think Totaro probably... if what I've heard about Totaro, doing the AS thing is true, which I don't know, but if that is true, maybe he with the fans on it. Nobody cares about Yamcha, so he's just leaving Yamcha out.
No, I'm looking at it right now. Yamcha's there. Yamcha,
Are you serious?
Yeah, Yamcha, Puar, the Ox King, Krillin, Marin, 18, Tien, Boo, Dende's there. Like, the Brief family's all there, besides Tights I see is not really there, I don't think. I think Roshi's there. Like, everyone is there besides Gohan. What the hell is this? Like,
I don't know. That did really bother me about the whole thing. But one thing I noticed especially that bothered me was that the Saiyan does look like... If you look at the Saiyan's gi, it looks like Ultimate Gohan.
The gi? Like the new Saiyan?
Yeah, look at it. It kind of looks like Goku's top of it.
You know what it looks like? It looks like
a redesign, you know what I mean?
No, you know what it looks like to me? It looks like Mediterese or whatever armor, the one that he came back to Earth with. What was that? The fusion people.
Oh, the Metamorians.
Metamorian, yeah.
You mean like the jacket they have?
It kind of looks like that. I wouldn't say it looks like Ultimate Gohan.
No, but if you look at the top, it kind of has like the same like overlap, and then like the blue sleeve. It has that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's like something you would see Goku wearing at some point in Z.
Yeah, I mean...
With Gohan's hair, I'm like... Gohan should have retained and fought that guy. It would have been so cool.
What about one of the last things we haven't talked about, and we've been blabbing for a while now, but these new Kais, I mean, do these guys strike you in any way? Do you think these guys are going to be important? I think they're just there to be like, oh look, Universe 6 has gods of creation, and they look different.
Which makes perfect sense, because King Kai said it in Battle of God, to have creation, you need destruction. To have destruction, you need creation.
Mm-hmm. Man, I just, but I will say, I think a lot of Dragon Ball Super fans feel this way. The last couple episodes of Dragon Ball Super have been really kind of pissing off a lot of people in the community. I've seen a lot of the comments. I've been a part of them. It
had to be very good. I mean, I think I've only done like 3 or 4 rants since I started my channel, but in the beginning of August.
Uh-huh.
Episode 19 or episode 20 was my second rant.
Mm-hmm.
It was the only time I ever ranted about anything Dragon Ball.
Mm-hmm.
I've ranted before in the past, but ever ranted on YouTube with episode 20, and that's because the whole time I actually considered stopping the episode, going to Resurrection of F, and just hitting play. I was like, because I can see all of this in better animation.
Exactly, the last couple of episodes, the last few weeks have been it's kind of made it a little tough to be a Dragon Ball fan. But I will tell you this, every time one of these manga chapters releases and everything, you just get so excited for what's coming. Because even if it's not as dark as Dragon Ball Z, or even if it's not as fun or adventurous as Dragon Ball ever was, just seeing Toriyama have fun designing these new characters, kind of building this universe that he created is just so much fun.
Yeah, I agree. The one thing that really bothered me, and this bothered me tremendously, was the fact that people are complaining about these characters when I'm just like, thank God we got them. If we didn't get these character designs, all this brawly, evil Goku, Bardock stuff would have continued, and he was getting out of control. It's like, it's actually kind of a good thing that we got this.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing, and I keep saying, I'll say this, I'll keep saying it. The one thing I'm only mad about, if this kid is a Saiyan, I wish it was a female. Like, I wanted a woman Saiyan to be strong, and be appearing at least. And
well, I would say, technically, as far as we are aware, the strongest character of the whole series right now is female.
Oh, yeah, Vados.
So you remember, Vados did say last time her and Whis fought, she won. And Whis is undoubtedly, prior to that statement, the stronger character.
Exactly, but,
what are the chances of seeing, Whis fight are slim? The chances of seeing Vados fight are like 0.
Yeah, but...
Unless Whis and Vados fight.
But knowing that is kind of nice, knowing that they are the strongest and whatnot.
Yeah.
And I think one of the last person we haven't talked about is Zuno.
Zuno, yeah, I don't think... I saw them, I don't really remember too much from the translation, but I do remember there was something she said, there was like a system she had, it was kind of like with Baba, like you needed to give her thing.
It's a kiss on the cheek.
No, I think it's like gift, like you need to reward her, and I think that's what he wanted a kick from Bulma.
He wants a kiss on the cheek from Bulma, and she gets 3 questions answered.
And I think he messes up and wastes like one of them.
Something like that.
I think they said one of them she was waste. He said like, wait, so if I kiss you, so now that I kiss you, I get 3 questions, and he was like, question 1, use. It was like kind of like a genie in the bottle type thing, like he would like kind of twist the words around.
Yeah, but I'm not really sure about this guy, but
I need to point this out. I can remember in the manga chapter, how is Vegeta in the time chamber? I just want to talk about that quickly. That didn't make sense.
Well, I think it.
He already spent 2 days in there.
But it's not. Is this really the time chamber, or is it not? Or is it just kind of like the different time chamber that we sent them into that's covered in God Key?
Didn't they leave Whis when it's in transmission and go back to Earth?
Well, I don't know. Like, they were still on. They were still on it,
True. I don't know, but I'm assuming it's Whis' dimension now that I think about it, because
it has to. It has to be.
Otherwise, well, it doesn't have to be. This is Dragon Ball. It'll flop home and not surprise me.
Yeah, agreed. But yeah, I kind of feel like it has to be that, and maybe it's not. Maybe it is. How else are they in?
And then the Hyperbolic Time Chamber, the room in theory of time or whatever, has always been very confusing.
Yeah, well, yeah, it has been, but
and
also
then there are certain things one of my things had always been, how did it work for Trunks? Like, can Trunks go back in and at his time? Like, how did this room? It was never really explained how it worked.
Well, Trunks never went into it. Like, I think it was implied, and not necessarily shown or stated, but kind of implied, at least to me, that they didn't go into it because the androids destroyed
Yeah, I don't understand, like would it work, though?
I mean,
And one of the things is, like, there are so many things unknown about the time chamber, really.
yeah, it is. But the thing, like, I agree with the 2-day rule. If this is the one that we saw in Dragon Ball Z, then definitely doesn't make sense. Also because, I mean, Piccolo destroyed that door. I guess they're strong enough to rip the hole back and, like, kind of just go in and out as they
Also,
want.
I would just like to point out that that door it is the door connected to the lookout.
Yeah.
So maybe when they were, you could assume that when they were restored Earth with the Dragon Balls and the lookout was restored, the door was restored, and that's very possible.
You know what? I had never thought of that. That's actually interesting. You know what? It kind of has to be it does kind of have to be it because it does show a little side thing of the lookout. You're right.
So yeah, it has to be it. Yeah, you're right. With does it make sense? But is it one of those things where you're gonna kind of blow it off, like whatever?
Hey, you're just gonna have to blow it off. It makes no sense.
I do want to bring up one last thing before we end this out, and it's who will fight who.
Ooh. Alright.
Based on the design, like, we had no information.
Alright, yeah. Do you want to go? Do you have any opinions?
First, I'd like to point out the fight. This is a fight I would want to see. It's not going to happen, but I did want to see Goku versus, Beerus, the strongest fighter Beerus has ever fought, the mystery fighter whose name I cannot remember.
Uh-huh.
But I would like to see that, but obviously they're on the same team. But I feel that Goku is probably going to fight, like, the purple guy that looks like a fusion of, like, Mira and, like, Tagoma.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they're probably going to fight in the order they're wrote up.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, I mean, possibly. I kind of feel like the robot guy's the weakest.
Yeah, I kind of feel like Piccolo will probably fight him.
I kind of feel like the robot guy's the weakest. I do think Piccolo might fight him, or Boo. I kind of feel like Piccolo's going to fight the bear guy. I feel like
there's something about that fight that I feel like this would be interesting. Like, I feel like that bear guy would just really annoy Piccolo for some reason.
The thing about the robot guys, I do think he's the weakest, but I do think that that's part of, like, Toriyama's kind of gag he always likes to play is, he's the guy that, like, everyone's gonna look at and be like, oh, that guy sucks, but, in the lineup, he's in the back, just like in the lineup, this mysterious fighter's in the back.
And Toriyama had done that before. If you remember with Whis in Battle of God, it was Goku, it would be like Goku and Beerus at the very top, and then it was just Whis, like, small in the background and insignificant looking, like he would, like, the entire movie he would grin and see it being a weak attendant.
Mm-hmm.
There were hints of it, subliminally, but not really.
Well, that's my point. Is this, you look at this robot guy, is he going to be the strong guy? Is he going to be the weak one? And it's really hard to say.
I don't think a robot could be, like, that strong.
I mean, maybe he's not a robot. Maybe he's someone in a robot. Maybe.
Yeah, I think he's probably around, I think at most he's like a Boo level, like, Super Boo level.
I would really love for Boo to fight him. Okay, so here's my predictions before we get way too far into this. Boo's going to fight the robot. Piccolo's going to fight the bear. Vegeta's going to fight the other Saiyan because that works out perfectly. Or the Frieza guy, but I don't think so.
No, I think he'll fight the Frieza guy. I mean, in the chapter, I think he even said, is that Frieza?
Uh-huh. He does. No, Vegeta says, is that Frieza? Okay, so Vegeta's going to fight the Frieza guy. Goku's going to fight the Saiyan. And this mysterious guy's going to fight the purple dude and then lose.
Exactly.
And then lose, and then Goku's going to have to fight him. Or they could have, like, literally, everyone's been saying they could be working with their way up to the fusion thing, and Goku and Vegeta are going to have to fuse to beat the purple guy.
Ooh, maybe. That's a huge maybe, but it's very possible.
Anyway.
The only problem I see with that, before we go out, I want to point out the one problem I see with that is, this is a tournament.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know, and since this isn't a Tenkaichi Budokai, like, and that they don't have any knowledge of what's going on.
Well, we haven't, okay, well,
they would probably look at these people like, they'd probably be like, okay, you want a minute for the match? Okay, no big deal. Then they would do the dance, shoot, and he'd be like, wait, now they're one person? Okay, well, I guess, we don't have any rules about that, so we kind of have to let him fight. But
Well,
in this, they may be like, oh, no fusion. Like, no, because that's not legal, that's outside help. Like, they understand the technique.
well, maybe. I haven't seen the full translation yet, neither have you.
Yeah.
I mean, official, but who knows? I think the one thing I will say about all of this is it is possible that somebody will die. Most likely, then this guy kind of just like builds suspense.
Probably.
I'm not saying it's true or not. In fact, look at the one thing I just noticed is look at the guy's hair. Everyone's saying it looks like future Gohan. You know who that guy that Saiyan looks like? He looks like Gogeta.
Oh my god, you're kind of right.
I mean, like, the one thing they've always pointed about Gogeta is if you cut him down the middle, he's both Goku and Goku and Vegeta.
True, that's actually one of his, like, catchphrases, like, all the video games. I am neither Goku or Vegeta, I am Gogeta.
Yeah, but you cut his face down the middle, and he has Vegeta's widow's peak, and he has Goku's, like, Super Saiyan haircut.
True.
So, anyway, you have that, you kill off one of them, and then they fuse. This could be like and this has kind of felt like, to me at least, a very dark tournament Yu Yu Hakusho thing. So they might be allowed to substitute if one of their people die, and a fusion could actually.
I'm not thinking would a fusion be allowed because because people would know what they're up to in advance. They could just be like, nope, don't do it.
I mean, yeah, agreed, but. I think that's a really
kind of like how Frieza, Frieza was aware of Binardra's instantaneous movement. Like, he was aware of that.
I mean, yeah, and it's one of these things where...
Like, we don't know. It's like, if the rules are the same in the Tenkaichi Budokai, so I'm assuming it'll be fine.
Well, we'll see. We're just gonna have to see, but until then, I think... Like, you and I can safely agree.
I just thought of how the Gohan could be useful. I just thought of it.
Ah.
So, this is genius, actually. King Kai can maybe able to, I don't know if he can do this, but maybe because they're in another dimension, like in like a limbo, but maybe King Kai could help him, Gohan, tell Boo the answer to the test. Because, like, for instance, Gohan, and Boo could be like, and Gohan, and King Kai could, like, tell Gohan what it says, and he could be like, Boo, write this, circle this. You know what I mean?
I think, honestly, like, one of the...
Gohan's only used at this point, but he's on Earth. That's all he could do.
Well, I think Expert Games, and this might actually be something that they've already done, but they haven't showed us yet, just kind of like a fake out. But I think Expert Games was talking about, like, what happens if, like, you remember in Dragon Ball GT, if you ever watched that, where...
I watched it. I regretted it.
Boo absorbs Hercule, and Hercule talks to him.
Oh,
and he's just like, but what if Gohan's in Boo, so he can, like, Gohan's just, like, chilling out in Boo's, like, body so he can cheat on the test.
I guess that's possible, and maybe that's what, and maybe he told Goku he was at a conference because Goku wouldn't allow that.
Yeah, like, somebody would, like...
Goku would be like, cheating? We can't, no son of mine is going to cheat.
I mean, in fact, that makes a whole lot of sense because, like, yeah, like, Goku and Vegeta probably might not allow that, but definitely Videl, Gohan, and Mr. Satan would actually kind of set that up.
I don't know about Videl, honestly. I don't know if Videl would go for that.
Well, maybe. I mean,
then again, I actually been planning on eventually doing a video about the Videl character kind of being retconned post-Boo Saga.
Ooh.
No, but you just think about it for a minute. Like, prior to the Boo Saga being ended that, like, up until C. Fox opened it, she was, like, very confident, like, she was, like any of the other fighters. After that, no, completely different character.
Well, I mean, in that sense, we're just gonna have to talk about that later, because I have some thoughts on that, but that's...
No, yeah, I know, I understand. I think, like, Videl, like, it really depends. I do think Videl now would probably agree, but that all really depends on what Videl you're talking about.
Mm-hmm. So, anyway, just to recap, awesome that Bulma's actually in the venture together. Hopefully when they do
definitely awesome, yeah.
Hopefully when they do something like the search for the Super Dragon Ball, she's definitely part of that gang. How on earth are they in the hyperbolic time chamber? That makes no sense other than...
Well, Goku had died. Goku only went in for a day.
Yeah, exactly. But how does that make any sense other than, like, when they wish back Earth on Boo? Are they there? Why the hell isn't Gohan there? We have some situations about that. And new Kais are kind of useless other than showing that they're new
Well,
Kais.
the Kais have been useless since day one.
And the new fighters are awesome in that way. They excite me. I think they excite you.
Yeah, they just excite me, and they also put an end to all rumors about who the mysterious fighter is going to be.
Exactly. And
Yay! I don't need to hear that how it's supposed to be Broly anymore.
Well, we'll still hear that.
True. No, now we're hearing that the guy, Gohan, is Broly's son.
Exactly.
Yeah, which is a whole nother level of stupid, but whatever.
Anyway, I think we need to wrap this up.
Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more videos. And check out Real to Real's channel. The link is in the description box down below. Have a great day, guys.
See ya.